Everyone, how are you doing today? My name is Karina and welcome back to my channel. Today is the makeup plan to pan for 2023 6-month reflection. I have already done this for both nail polish and skincare. Nail polish, doing pretty decently on my goals for that one. Skincare, not so much, but we're working on it. But the makeup, you guys. Got a basket here, got a few things in front of me as well. I am doing amazing on my panning for my makeup goals for 2023. In part because of the items I picked, but also because I've been very good at pulling these items in early and making great progress on them. So without further ado, we're going to do the same as I've done all my other videos. We'll check and we'll see what those items were, what the progress has been, what's been emptied. Oh, it's gonna be good. Looks like I kind of did this in terms of order of application on the face. So we're gonna start off with the primers. I had two in this category way back in January. First up, of course, the Glassy. So this is the Touch and Soul Pretty Filter Glassy Skin Balm. This was rolled into Partners in Cream and empty. Empty is reflective. Hard to see in there, but there it is. It is done. I think I had about half of this guy left, and the tub wasn't my particular favorite, but the primer was pretty good. So item number one, check, check. So with item number two, I believe I had rolled this one into Partners in Cream after I finished this previous guy here. This was the Smashbox, the Photo Finish Primerizer. They have repackaged it, but this is the bottle I had, and there's nothing left, as you guys are able to see. Not much left in this one, I believe, when I did finish it off. Or, obviously, when I finished off. There wasn't much left in this when I had rolled it in, so it was easy to knock out and meet that goal. This next item was in Finish 7 by Summer. This is the Lorac Eye Gloss in the shade Yacht Club. Stopper was taken out. There is still product in here. There's a lot of windowing in there. But anything left is just super dry, clumpy. My eyes were starting to get irritated by this. I didn't try reviving it, but this, I got a trio from these in BoxyCharm, and I think when we get to September of this year, these will be 3 years old, if I remember correctly. So I'm working on them. I am working on them. I do have one of its partners currently in deck of panning right now, but this was such a gorgeous purple duo multi-chrome. So I am kind of sad that this one's gone because this was my favorite of the trio. I also finished this liquid eyeshadow. So this one comes to us from L'Oreal. This is their Brilliant Eyes in Amethyst Quartz. Such an easy one and done, all over the lid color. Stopper is out of this guy as well. I got out as much as I was able to. Everything, I can't reach that bottom section there. And everything in here, again, is just super dried out. Good enough. So, but I do kind of miss that purple. Oh my gosh, you guys, this next item is a little embarrassing, but we've got a little story to share about. This is the Covergirl Eyeliner. This little guy here, I'm not concerned with this side in cashmere. It's old and it doesn't work very well. I was going to focus on this side here in Expresso, and as you guys can see, there's not much left. So this should have been done a long time ago, but here's the thing. So I filmed the Plan to Pan makeup video back in January. I had all my items laid out. I was in the living room. I was in a big fancy chair. This pencil, I was certain I heard it fall on the floor. And I did have two caps at one point. We've lost this other cap. So I heard it fall on the floor, and I was like, I'll pick that up later. I'm feeling a little bit lazy. I'm trying to get this stuff done for the video with the editing. And it disappeared. And I could not find this pencil until, by the point you guys are seeing this video, about a month ago. So, obviously I haven't used it yet. I did resharpen this a little bit more, just so, again, there was a cap on it. I will get this done at some point this year. However, right now I do have a brown pencil liner currently in Graveyard Project Pan. That project does go until the end of October. Too much conflict, even though this is super mini and little tiny and not much left. But that's the story. I have since then retried the cashmere side. I tried using it as like an eyelid priming base color. Too much work, too much draping the eyelid. So this side will be decluttered and I'll just be working on that little bit, as was the original plan. All right, getting back into good news. So my L'Oreal Infallible. So the 24 Fresh Wear Foundation in the shade 410 Ivory. This was also rolled into Partners in Cream. A lot of Partners in Cream items in this particular plan to pan. I didn't have much left, which was deliberate because I did want to save it for our cruise, take it down to the Caribbean, so I wasn't taking a very large amount of makeup and just kind of taking what I needed. I finished it off when we came back. That's the color there, a little bit messy. I still can't get this top off at all. I can't pump anything else out. There's probably a little bit down here at the bottom, but close enough. We are going to call it done. This was another Finish 7 by Spring, the Maybelline. This is their Super Stay Full Coverage Under Eye Concealer in the shade Sand 20. Just a very light peachy kind of color to help color correct those big dark circles I get under my eyes. And I did not finish this in Finish 7. Even though I had the stopper taken out for that entire project, I was just getting so much out. So it took me quite a while after this project to get it finally finished. I recommend checking out my empties to see exactly what that timeline was. All of these items would have been featured in empties along the way as well if you are interested in empty videos. But it's done, which is exciting. Something I am currently working on. This is currently in also Partners in Cream. This, of course, the classic, the famous Maybelline Instant Age Rewind Eraser. Mine is in the shade 160 Brightener, which is a multi-use concealer. I use it for brightening under the eyes. So, yeah, a little bit extra right now. My marks always disappear off of this package, so you can't see my progress lines. But I started, I believe I was up here-ish or so, somewhere in here. I am now down to here. I'll re-look at my video, remark it for you guys for the next project that this is getting updated in. Not a whole ton of this left. Should be done before the end of the year. And the next item, I'm going to have to throw a picture up for you guys. That was my iconic London multi-use sculpting palette. So, again, concealer, bronzer, highlight, all of that fun stuff. It's a cream product, and I'm not big on cream products. I did use the 3 highlighting concealer type shades. I did use those as concealer. Depending on the time of year, and you have seen the progress on that, I either used it as an all-over face concealer or spot concealing, or I used it as an under-eye brightener. So I had 3 shades left in there. I did use up all 3 of them, which is very exciting. And I don't touch the bronzing contoury type ones because one is not my preference. I just don't like cream bronzers very much. I'm not a big fan of that formula. I didn't like the undertones, so it was just no. I used half the palette. I'm calling that good. It wasn't even the thing I wanted. It was a choice item in BoxyCharm. They didn't have the choice that I did want, and so they sent me that. I mean, I also got a credit to the store, which was better, but at least I got some use out of it. Next up was another cream duo. I was using it as a duo. This is a trio. So this is the Alleyoop Stack the Odds in Sassy Pants. It had a bronzer, blush, and highlight, all of which are cream products. There is the highlight. You can see there is a dent in it. I have tried it. I don't like it. I don't like cream highlights to begin with, so not so good. But the blush and the bronzer, they're empty. You have seen me pan this also in Partners in Cream. This bronzer, again, I don't like cream bronzer, as I just talked about with the last item, but I was more willing to work with this one because the color was better for me. So I did. I also played around with the pink blush in here, and it's a nice easy cream blush, and we did it. Awesome. So these are finished. This part is being decluttered. Okay, guys. Super reflective packaging, the Nude by Nature. This is their translucent loose finishing powder in the shade 04 Banana. You guys saw me struggle to use up a 2-gram sample of this in Finish 7 by Spring, which I did just barely manage to do. And I'm going back to this guy. I was working on it before that project. I've been working on it since then, and it is currently rolled into my Graveyard Project pan. Now, it's been a little while since I have filmed that particular video, so there is progress from that video if I've lined it up the exact same way, which is very exciting. These lines that you're seeing, that's where I started with the Graveyard Project at the end of April. This was 2 months later, and as you guys may be able to see, there's some progress. Oh my goodness, that's exciting. Now granted, now that I've patted all of this down, there's gonna be a fair amount. Yeah, there it is. Right there. Nice thick layer of powder ready to go. But I'm going to tap that back out. I don't use a lot of powder. My skin is more on the normal side. And I kind of just set the under eyes, the lines here, so smile lines here, and a little bit of mattifying right there. That's all I use the powder for. But as I talked about in my last update for Graveyard Project Pan, I don't know if this is going to get finished by the end of the year. Definitely not by the end of the project, I anticipate. But seeing a little bit of progress since I last filmed the update, that's exciting to me. Now we're moving into lip products, and these were mainly featured in my lip service project pan, unless I tell you otherwise, because there is an exception in here. First off, of course, the Baby Lips Moisturizing Lip Gloss in the shade 45 Coral Craze. Again, with lip products, I do not take stoppers out because that's just way too messy. Concealers, that work just fine, and especially for lip products when you want to take them on the go, it's just no go. No go. But oh my gosh, guys, like look how cleared out I got that. I'm so thrilled. It only took me about a month of usage. Now I did use it a ton. I think I used it over 40 times to get this finished off, but it is done. The next one is also a kind of a recent finish. This one is coming to us from Rimmel. Very old. This is like their Kiss and Tell Enduring Lip Gloss Duo in the shade 200 Enduring Love. Beautiful color. As I talked about in lip service, yes, I'm still getting product out on the base side, but it balls up and it's gritty and it is just really, really old. So that's probably what's going on with it. In terms of the gloss side, eventually I did mark it because I actually could. It settled on this side. Not a big fan of that brush. Say it every time. Anything that's left in here is basically just dried up around the edges. So it looks like there's a ton of product here, but when you actually look in the tube, like there really isn't. And I can't scrape anything else out of that particular side. Again, this one's super old, so I wasn't going to be fussing too hard with it, but it's done. As is the Bite Beauty. This was their creamy Power Move Creamy Matte Lip Crayon in a Smash. Oh, hard to read that. This was my, there we go. I also don't take the lip products out. This was my very bold kind of pop of color. Yeah, done. Of course, Bite Beauty doesn't exist anymore, and this was more of like a natural ingredients formula, so I really had to prioritize getting this one done, and I did. This lip product came to us from This Is Fantasy. So this is a Tom Ford mini lipstick, and it still scrolls all the way down from when I updated this one last. Scrolling it up to the top, that was the color there. It came across as more of like an orangey red on the lips. Wasn't a big fan of that. When I get red or roll down that plastic bit, there we go. So very excited. The first and only lipstick this year that I have finished off, but this one got done. Also from my lip service project pan, this is the Lip Sense. They're long-lasting liquid lip colors. I have 2 of those, and they're moisturizing lip gloss, which you desperately need. Not the most fun to apply. There's better formula since then, but I bought these for my wedding day, so they were very, very old. But I am making progress on them. So we have first color here is in Sassy Z, so more of a bright pink. It has separated like crazy down there, but you can see there's my line where it was last time. Wasn't able to make a mark on this one. And of course, if I do the little shaky, so you can maybe see that color a little bit better. And I just shook the other one, silly me. Yeah. This is probably getting close to the end of its life. This one I just shook up a little bit with shaking the other ones. I am way down here. This one is in Praline Rose, more of a nude. And then, of course, the Moisturizing Gloss. The line is right there. And, of course, once I take that wand out, it is much lower down in there. So, making progress on these. They should be done by the end of the year, which is very exciting. Right now, I'm trying to play with more of my bold summer lip colors, and I'll get back to really pushing these in the fall. Sol de Janeiro. Oh, the Soul Matte Lip Balm. Oh, every time I gotta smell it because it's got that gorgeous scent. This was the color here. Of course, it came much more sheer on the lips. I really enjoyed this color and formula, used a ton of that, as you guys can tell. And last but not least, you've seen this palette, the Lucky Glow Bronze and Highlight Palette in several projects. So let's just kind of dive into what this looked like, or looks like now. That's all that's left in there. So this Highlight in Heaven Sent is too metallic for me. I don't like it. The Royal Flush I had rolled into Graveyard Project Pan. And as you can see, I've got lots of use out of it. But I don't like it. I don't like the color. It's not my favorite, and I'd rather reach for other things. But I have used up 4 items in here. So I previously used up this bronzer in Serendipity, so that one was already done. And through other projects, you've seen me use the other bronzer in Good Fortune. You've seen me use this highlighter in Pots of Gold, and this highlighter in Triple Sevens. This, I am going to count those 3 pans for my end of the year empties, but as you will see, this palette in a declutter. And those were all the items that I had in this project, or I kind of set aside to pan for my makeup in 2023. And with the exception of the Covergirl eyeliner, which hasn't been really touched at all, and the couple items that are in projects, I have these items currently in projects, but otherwise everything else I finished, so I am doing so well. I wanted very briefly here at the end just to add in a few more items. I didn't want to go crazy because, of course, I have so many projects going on. I've got things already in projects, and I didn't want to showcase anything in this video that's already been put into a project, which is, you know, most of everything I'm trying to work on. But I have picked out 3 items. And I'm just going to show them to you. So we're going to add this to the list, and I will reflect on these 3 in addition to all of this stuff when we do the end of the year reflection. So December, January, whatever that's going to be. First up, I have this liquid eyeshadow here from Rimmel. This is their Wonder Cloud All Day Wear Soft Shadow. The shade is Misty Mauve here. And when they say soft shadow, they are not joking around with that. Now, theoretically, according to this picture here, depending on how many layers you put on is going to indicate how intense the color is. But whether it's just my skin tone or whether it's this particular shade, there isn't much of a difference. Again, it's a very light purple color. The stopper is still in this guy here. So how I tend to use this one is as like an eyeshadow primer, particularly when I am going to be doing more glitter or something along those particular lines. So that's how I'm probably going to try to hopefully finish this one up this year. As you guys can see, there's a fair amount of windowing in this section here. So I've got like product here, and then of course the stoppers, and so there's going to be some up there too. Generally, I take the stopper out of eye products, but hopefully I'll be able to get this one done this year. This is the familiar one to you guys. If you caught my This is Fantasy, you know the story of this NYX, what is this? This is the NYX Shape Out Loud Matte Lip Duo. As you guys can see on this side, this is supposed to be the pencil side. I cannot get this side chirping, so we're ignoring it. The crayon side, there can't be very much left of it. I had used this pencil 20 times in my This Is Fantasy project and almost used this up entirely. This I'll probably hold on to for the fall because who wants brown right now? At least I don't. I feel like my sharpener also eats a lot of this because of how large that pencil is. So I want to get this guy done and finished off. And finally, I have this lipstick. So this comes to us from Bourjois. This is their original Rouge Velvet lipstick. It's the lipstick, sorry. And mine's in the shade 13. This, I have made amazing progress organically. I started using this last year in August, I believe. Because I first took this to like a little visiting family in Manitoba last year. This is the lipstick I took down. I don't know why I took this lipstick. It was a little dark for end of summer. And I have used this throughout the school year as well. It is great for, just put it on and it stays and it doesn't transfer or at least it doesn't really transfer, doesn't move around too much and just gives a little bit of a deeper look. So I've almost used this whole thing up, at least as much as I'm going to get used out of it. This is the color right here. That is all that's left. And I feel like it moves quickly. So the other reason I want to use it up, because this is loose. There's the lipstick right there. As you guys can see, you may be able to tell those lines right there where, the end of the plastic, that product here. I'm no good at spatial measurements. I'll let someone in the comments let me know how long that is. You do lose a lot of lip product. But I'm not going to dig it out. I'm not going to use it as a cream blush. I've got cream blushes. And I also picked this up on clear out for $1.99. I believe this is a discontinued product. So I will have gotten my money's worth out of it. And just for myself, once it becomes too difficult to use, becomes inconvenient, I can't. And I have so many lip products that I don't want other ones expiring on me while I'm wasting or really kind of trying to do that last little bit in all of these tubes. So really like this color. I do enjoy it. Obviously, not much that we're working with. So we'll get this one done sometime this year as well. And if we scroll it all the way down, you can see in there just how much I have used up. So we'll add those three to the list. So lots that I've been able to finish, which I am so excited about, especially those lip products, because back when I filmed that video, I was like, is this even a reality? Can I even finish these? And I have, and I am, and it's fantastic. But that is going to wrap up both this video and this little mini series on the check-in for the Pan to Pan 6-month reflection. So of course, if you haven't seen the ones for the skincare and the nail polish, make sure you check those guys out. And we'll do a final check-in at the end of the year and see how I'm doing with all of this. What I anticipate, the Nude by Nature is probably going to still be kicking by the end of the year, but I mean, we got a good start to the plan to Pan for 2024. Thank you so much for joining me for today's video, and I look forward to seeing you guys in the next video very soon. Have a wonderful day.